What is up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. And ignore what's going on behind me because we're doing laundry right now, so yeah, everything just looks like a mess. Today I am going to be starting the Tone and Sculpt app by Krissy Cela, and I'm very excited. I've been following her on Instagram for a long time. I really love her workouts, and I just love her as a person. I've been watching her on YouTube for a while, and she's just really fun and just so down to earth. Whenever I watch her videos, I'm always I could see myself hanging out with this girl, you know? Also, my face keeps breaking out in these random red splotches, and I don't know what's going on. It's a weird time. All right, I'm jumping around on so many different subjects right now. Y'all, what a weird time to be alive. We are self-quarantining in my apartment. I think one of the days coming up, New York's gonna do a mandatory quarantine, but I'm not really sure what that even means or what happens. What I do know is that home workouts are the way to go these days. So that's why I decided that now would be a great time to do this plan, because Krissy does have an option for home workouts. So I'm signing up for it now, but I wanted to just give you guys a little bit of an idea of where I was starting, because that's how I like to start these videos, with the sign up. So let me do a little screen record. I was deciding if I wanted to do intermediate or advanced levels for this. I like that you get to choose that though. You get to choose between beginner, intermediate, advanced, and a new expert level. We're not going to choose that though, because I'm trying to decide what most people signing on would go with. So I feel like I'm gonna go with intermediate. I feel like that's a happy medium. So we're gonna do intermediate 5 times a week. Oh, and then we jump right into the plan. So this is the home. We need dumbbells. That's one of my biggest pet peeves in home workouts, when it's it's a home workout but you need dumbbells, and I'm fuck, I don't have dumbbells. When do you want to start? I want to start right frickin' today. I think in this app there's also a a nutrition plan. Yeah, I can see it. There's a nutrition plan. Okay, your workout. You can see the progress of your week, schedule your guides, rest days, and add challenges and other workouts, as well as see how many PBs you've smashed. PB, personal bests. Got it. And then my meal plan. Okay, I'm gonna be honest, guys. We're quarantined right now, so will I be following this meal plan? Probably not. Okay, quick access button, add a progress photo, and start forum discussions. Yes, we have a forum. Oh, that's so cute. So you can talk to other people. I like that a lot. Oh my god. I love this. Okay, cool. That might be my favorite part of this whole thing. Okay, so you can talk to people. That's so fun. My own home workouts have been definitely a creative challenge for me. This is gonna be great. We'll see how it goes. I'm just not a home workout person, so I'm just trying to give it a chance, you know? Okay, so I just moved our coffee table over there. There's my ring light because we're gonna film this, and just opened up some space for me to do this workout.
Baby, something about you makes me feel like crazy, dumb and lazy about you. Makes me check out on my phone. Baby, something about you makes me feel like crazy, dumb and lazy about you. Makes me check out on my phone. Ring my phone again. It's you. It's 3 a.m. I think you feel the same. You feel the same, babe. Something in my mind tell me that you are the perfect one. I can't get you out. I will never leave aside my love.
So I'm just gonna go through the notes that I took over the first 2 days. So the first day was an upper body day. The first thing I wrote down was that I wish that there had been a little bit more information on to what as to what equipment you needed before jumping into the workout. But after doing further research, there is before you start the workout, there's a little button that you can press that tells you what equipment you need. So that is there, but not once you start the workout. I don't know, I just wish that there was like a way you could like say what equipment you had. Maybe this is asking too much. I like saying what equipment you had, and then just like in the thing it would already put it in there. Like if you had a band, it would like just add a band. I don't know, just a thought. I love that there is a warm-up, but I hate what the warm-up is, because for an upper body day, we just like jumped rope for 5 minutes, but I didn't have a jump rope, so I just kind of like ran in place for 5 minutes, super awkward. So I do kind of wish that there was an actual warm-up that warmed up or like stretched out your upper body, especially because we did so many freaking push-ups. Would have loved some stretches to like open up my chest before we jumped into that, because guys, there's just nothing else to do at home, so I'm being tagged in like push-up challenges. I'm doing push-ups here. There's just too many freaking push-ups happening, and I'm like, can we just do something else, please? At first, maybe I don't know why, but I just found this app to be kind of difficult to understand, like through the workout. But then once I figured it out, I was like, I'm an idiot. This is not confusing at all. So maybe that's just a personal thing, and I just don't know how to work things. But especially because like there's an option to rest during your workout, but then I was like, how do these rests work? How do I do it? But then I was like, oh, that's just an option in case you need a rest. Yeah, there's a rest programmed in there, so do not fret. There is one programmed in. You don't need to be doing the rest during the workout if you don't want to. Something I really liked was that you had the option during the workout to make a move either easier or harder depending on what you needed. So there's like regressions and progressions at your disposal, which was really, really nice. And then you also had the option to like add an equipment if you wanted. So like that was cool. There was a lot of ways to personalize it and make it your own. Overall, I thought the workout, this is the upper body workout, I thought that it was really great. Like I was definitely sweating and had like felt like I had actually worked out, but I did think that it was a little bit repetitive. We just did so many freaking push-ups. It was like incline push-ups, decline push-ups, so many push-ups, and then we did planks, which is like so similar like positioning as push-ups, so I just felt like I was doing the same thing over and over again. And like just from a like body standpoint, that's a push motion, which is like really dialing into the front of your body, which is actually like usually super overactive in people, so you really want to be working on strengthening the back of your body. 2 pulls to a push is kind of the rule, so like I kind of wish that there were ways to like add in some back exercises, but I will admit that back exercises are really difficult to find at home, and like a push-up does work your back, don't get me wrong. I think that there was maybe an opportunity to find some really creative ways to do that and to kind of like stay open through here, because we all like, when we work these muscles so much, they get really tight. That's why we're all slouching over all the freaking time, because we're holding phones and whatnot. But yeah, so I did find that it was a little like front dominant. I would have loved to see some back stuff, but that's kind of, it's just hard to do. That's just kind of like the downside of home workouts, is that you're really limited as to what you can do. I'm not really sure if this is gonna progress into like more dynamic movements, maybe switch up a little bit, but there's another upper body day before I finish my week. But for right now, I did find that it was like a little bit full-on chest day. And then our finisher was also jumping rope. Again, did not have a jump rope, so I just ran awkwardly in place for 5 minutes. And there was an option to like stretch and cool down, so I did that and I loved it so much. It was like dynamic, all upper body focused on the muscles that we were just using, so I wish that there was just a little bit more of that incorporated into the warm-up, and then we would have had like a super solid day. So that was day 1. Okay, so moving on to day 2, we did legs. So similar to my thoughts on the upper body day is that it was super quad dominant. So again, like really focused on the front muscles. Again, when you're in your home and don't have a lot of equipment, it's just really difficult to access your glutes. But I feel like adding a band to a lot of things can make it more glute dominant. So that was like first thing I noticed just looking at the workout, was that it was super quad dominant, which is fine, but we gotta get some glutes in there. So we'll see what the second lower body day is like, because maybe it evens it out a little bit. Some people like to do like upper body push days, or lower body push days, and then upper body pull, lower body pull. So some people just like to divide it like that, which is totally valid. And there's nothing wrong with that as long as you're getting everything in. The rests were so long, and I feel the same way about the rest for the upper body day, but I didn't mention that before, no. Yeah, the rests are like 2 minutes long, and I was like, what are we doing that requires a 2-minute rest? Especially because it's just not a strength workout. It's just not, because you need weights, you need to progressively overload, and you can't really do that with body weight. So, oh my god, there's just a bee outside my window. Yeah, you can't really do that with body weight, so like this is definitely gonna be like for endurance training, most home workouts, like if you don't have equipment, it's going to be for endurance training, especially because we're not taking rest. Like we're doing 4 or 5 exercises back to back with no rest and then taking a 2-minute rest, and I was like, why do we need this? I think what would have been better is like a 30 to 60 second rest. If you're gonna do this, I would suggest just like taking a 30 to 60 second rest. I think you're gonna get a little bit more out of it, especially because I chose intermediate. So like that's probably a good rest time for a beginner, but someone who's like already conditioned, there's not really, I don't really feel like an intermediate person's gonna need a 2-minute rest after the workout that we did. Speaking of rest, something I realized today is that if you are taking a rest and then you like go out of the app to like respond to a text or whatever, the timer stops. And I was shook. I do that all the freaking time. Like it's rest time, so I get on my phone and then I need someone to be like, hey, your rest is over, or like a timer to go off or something. So I usually use the timer on my phone, like the countdown one, so that it's like time to go back. I think that that would be a nice addition to the app, is like if the timer kept going even when you were out of the app, and then maybe just give you a little bit of a notification to be like your rest is up or something. Because like, what if I want to change my music? I do wish that there was more just like hamstring glute stuff in there. I know that that's kind of difficult when for an at-home workout, but like I said, adding bands can really change a lot. So for example, these crab walks, I just kind of assume that crab walks are more of like a glute dominant exercise. A lot of people use that just to warm up your glutes, but the first time I did this, I felt the whole thing in my quads, but then I added a band and that really changed the game for me. So I just put a band like 2 inches above my knee. So what you want to think about is keeping tension on the bands the whole time. So you don't want to bring in your feet super close and then back out, because then the band is going to be like, you know, you want to keep tension on the band the whole time, short choppy steps, and it'll really light up the sides of your glutes. I just kept the band on when I did these pull squats, and suddenly I was feeling them way more in my glutes, which was awesome. And reverse lunges like technically should be more of a hamstring exercise, and I found that when I didn't do it, the exercises with the band first, I felt the reverse lunges in my quads, but then as soon as I did the previous exercises with the bands, I had such an easier time accessing my hamstrings and my glutes for that reverse lunge. So I felt a little bit more evened out once I added the band on those couple of exercises. Then I started exploring this app, and this is like honestly, for I think it's like $14.99 a month. This is ridiculous value because you have so many exercises. Like, you could just go down a tunnel. Exercises specifically for beginners. There's exercises where you can do like all cables, all resistance bands, all kinds of stuff. And on top of that, you get a meal plan, which I'm a little skeptical of. And oh, by the way, about the meal plan, I'm not going to comment on the meal plan because that's kind of out of my scope of practice. I would just treat it as a guide, as always, as I always say with these things, just because it's not specific to you and to what you need. It's just kind of like a general overall thing, so I wouldn't like treat it as Bible. Overall, the app is like really cool and you have a lot of opportunities. Tomorrow, I believe, is gonna be a full body day. Alrighty, so as per usual, I got to like the last few days and I kind of feel like I have like the same things to say over and over again, so I'm just gonna like go through the last few days pretty quickly and then give my overall review. I did switch plans, so I did a full body workout and then I actually switched plans because she released a new one. So I have like a little bit to say about like the new one too. Day 3, I ended up doing a full body day and I loved it. It was so challenging, it was so difficult, but like very doable. I felt like I could really complete the entire workout, which was great. Grant and I actually both did it together and it like whipped his butt too, so love that. The only thing that I switched out was there was like commando planks, and I just don't like those because they hurt my elbows because I'm like doing it on a hardwood floor. So we switched those for planks to planks beast. I put that on my Instagram sometimes, so if you follow me on there, then you've probably seen that one before. Yeah, so I literally have like nothing else to say about that day. It was great. But then I ended up doing 2 of her ones off her new plan, which is like 30-minute HIIT workouts. So I've done 2 of those. She just released this one, so I thought that I would just like try it out while I'm here making this review. While I was doing these, I discovered that all of her workouts actually have like written cues. If you just slide over, you can like actually see cues written out for all of the workouts and like for all the exercises, which is amazing. And I don't know why every app doesn't do that. It's just so nice to see someone trying to really thoroughly explain what the exercise is supposed to be, what it's supposed to feel like, especially for at-home workouts, because like there's no machine telling you how to do it or what to do correctly. So yeah, really loved that, really appreciated that. Again, I liked all of the exercises. The only thing I didn't like was the V-ups, and it was only because I was on a hardwood floor, which is just not good for your back. So maybe it's time I invest in a yoga mat. This might be the sign that I need to get a yoga mat. Those workouts on her new program are just like 28-minute HIIT workout. It got me sweating and it didn't take up like a whole lot of time. So I liked it a lot. Overall, I like really loved this app. I don't really have many bad things to say about it. I think that clearly she's worked really hard on it and like built this all from the ground up. I mean, there's just so much on that app. You get so much value for such a good price point. I think it's like $14.99 a month, and to have that and like all of those workouts at your disposal, especially if you don't like coming up with workouts on your own. You can stick to a program or you can just do individual workouts if you want. There's just like so much that you have available to you. What's up? Okay, this is editing Jane. I'm cutting in really quickly because I'm editing this right now. I just want to put this out there really quick, is that I did love that there were so many options, but I would say that that's almost a con in the actual like workout program. You have like almost too many options. Like it's a little bit overwhelming, and that's why at first I had a lot of difficulty using the app. But I don't think that that's like enough of a reason not to use it or not to try it out. But just be aware of that it is kind of a lot. Like it's a lot all at once. So if you decide to use the app, just like be aware that in that first few days of workouts you might be a little bit confused. Just play around with it and explore the app. Back to the video. Like, I really loved it. I think she did a great job with it. I think it's an awesome product. As usual, I would always treat it as a guide, and I think Krissy does a really good job of showing you that it is just a guide. It's not like something that you have to do exactly the way that she wants you to. You know, you can use whatever you have. And because she gives you the option to like switch things out, that really shows her audience that like this is a guide, and like if you want to switch this out for something else you can, because like that's what it's there for. So I like all the different options. I like that it's not follow this step day by day by day by day, and you can kind of like progress it as you want. I think the one downside to it is that the workouts do get a little bit repetitive for me. She is correct in the way that you want to repeat the same workouts and you want to progress them every week. But what I didn't like about it was that on like the first program that I was on, we had an upper body, lower body, full body, upper body, lower body. And both upper body days and both lower body days were like the same. It was the same workout both times. So you're really doing the same workout twice a week. I just want to switch things up, and honestly I think that that's probably pushing it, like doing a little bit too much of the same thing, especially because at home workouts it's just really difficult to find like pull motions, and it's really difficult to find hip dominant, which is like what we're lacking mostly anyway. So you really want to get those things in, pull movements being things like pull-ups and rows and stuff like that, and then hip dominant it's gonna be like bridges, like deadlifts, stuff like that. So things that are working more of your glutes and less of your quads. At-home workouts just don't really play to those movement patterns that well, which kind of sucks, but it's just the nature of the beast. So I do wish that she could have maybe gotten a little bit more creative with that and maybe had a little bit more of those put in. But again, it's an at-home workout, and especially when you're doing it with no equipment, that's just really difficult. I'm training people from home right now, so like I totally get it. It's really difficult to come up with those, but it's definitely possible. But I do wish that there was just more pull and hip dominant, more of that posterior chain. I would absolutely recommend it if you're looking for a home workout guide. I think it's great. So I do hope that you guys enjoyed this review, and hopefully if you guys decide to like do the 7-day trial or get the app, maybe it'll give you some ideas for what to do when you're doing home workouts. If you want free home workouts, you can also follow me on Instagram. Sarah's Day had a sale on her ebook, and so I bought it. So my next review is going to be Sweat It to Shred It by Sarah's Day. Very excited for this one. I've been wanting to do this one for a while, but it was just like really expensive, and then today I bought it because it was 50% off, and then I realized that it was in Australian dollars and it really wasn't that expensive to begin. We love to see it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys in my next video.